Hey everyone, welcome back to the Fine Cut. Today we are talking about the Oscar nominations. They were just released this morning, and my guest is Ryan. Ryan, first question for you.
Yeah.
Is what'd you think of this year's Oscars?
Well, in terms of this year's Oscars and their nominations, me reading over them, a lot of it is kind of what we were debating and discussing throughout the past couple months, because we've seen a majority of these movies, at least collectively. I think we've seen all of them, at least that were nominated for Best Picture. Again, nothing surprised me too much except for I assume we'll get to it, but a certain name in the Best Actor category.
Yes, we're going to go through.
We will get to that later. But in terms of the overall, it's pretty much what I expected.
Yeah. All right. This year's Oscars was very interesting, especially since it kind of felt locked there for like a good hot second there, and then today was just like, well, I guess some of them were and some of them weren't.
Yeah.
So I mean, in this we're only going to go through 15 major categories that we both have opinions on, but
yes.
We're going to start from, we have a list. Which I have my snubs, and I'm pretty sure they might be your snubs as well, but I also have what I think will win, what I really want to win.
Okay.
So the first one we're going to do is Best Original Song. So the nominees will appear on screen right here. I'll probably do a little voiceover after this. The nominees for Best Original Song: Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, music and lyrics by Diane Warren. Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, music and lyrics by Lady Gaga and Blood Pop. Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, music by Thames, Rihanna, Ryan Coogler, and Ludwig Göransson. Lyrics by Thames and Ryan Coogler. Not To from RR, music by M.M. Keravani, and lyrics by Sandra Bose. This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once, music by Ryan Lott, David Byrne, and Mitski. Lyrics by Ryan Lott and David Byrne. What do you think of these nominees?
I'm pretty happy with these nominees from a part of what I've actually listened to. I know the big contender is RRR.
Yes.
But I've not seen RRR.
Me neither.
But apparently that's supposed to be the big lock. In terms of actual snubs, I know everyone was maybe rooting for Taylor Swift for When the Crawdads Sing.
Yeah, I have two snubs on here, and you said I do not have Taylor Swift on here.
No, okay. But apparently she was a big contender, did not make the cut. But I suspected Lady Gaga and Rihanna for Black Panther and Top Gun Maverick. Very happy about David Byrne and Mitski.
Yes, that one I want to win, even though I think Not To will win.
Yeah, honestly, I'd be pretty happy with any of these. I haven't heard of Applause.
Me neither.
I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't listened to it. But yeah, no, I'll give it for Not To.
Yeah. Do you have any snubbed? Besides Taylor Swift?
Yeah, that's the only one that's coming to mind.
All right. My snubs are the New Body Rumba from White Noise.
A good one. Yeah.
I really love that song. And then I also have Ciao Papa from Pinocchio, or Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Also snubbed. But who do you think will win, and who do you want to win?
I'm going to say Not To, RRR. I don't know. If I had to choose, I would either say David Byrne and Mitski or Lady Gaga. Okay. Personally, I think I like David Byrne and Mitski as artists more, but Hold My Hand is just a good song.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, I want This Is a Life to win, but I think it's Not To is gonna win. So the next category that we're gonna be talking about is Best Original Score. The nominees for Best Original Score are All Quiet on the Western Front, score by Volker Bertelmann. The Banshees of Inisherin, score by Carter Burwell. Babylon, score by Justin Hurwitz. Everything Everywhere All at Once, score by Sun Lux. And The Fabelmans, score by John Williams. So what do you think of these nominees?
The only one that kind of stands out to me is Banshees of Inisherin, because I don't really remember music from that movie.
Yeah.
I kind of just remember more of the sound itself. But the score for Babylon was great. Gets you in that like energetic mood. But also The Fabelmans as well.
I do like The Fabelmans.
It makes me tear up every time I hear it.
Yeah.
In terms of anything getting snubbed,
I have one snubbed, and I don't know if you would agree, but my snubbed is Glass Onion.
I was not thinking Glass Onion.
I love Nathan Johnson, and his scores are amazing. I just want him to be nominated for an Oscar. That's all I want.
In terms of snubs, Trent Reznor and Atticus
Oh,
Ross.
yeah, I totally forgot about-
Not only for Empire of Light, but also for Bones and All. They could have had a double nom. But
That would have been a good. Yeah, those are. You know what? Yeah, those are good snubbed.
Empire of Light was a very good score.
Yeah, yeah. So who do you think will win, and who do you want to win?
I'm gonna say Babylon's probably gonna win. Of all that it's nominated for, I think that one has the most likelihood of winning. What might win? Probably just maybe go with Fabelmans.
Okay. I have what I want to win is Babylon, and what I think will win is Everything Everywhere All at Once. So,
Okay.
let's go on to the next category, which is Best Cinematography. The nominees for Best Cinematography are All Quiet on the Western Front by cinematography by James Friend, Bardo, False Chronicles of a Handful of Truths, cinematography by Darius Kanji, Elvis, cinematography by Mandy Walker, Empire of Light, cinematography by Roger Deakins, and Tar, cinematography by Florin Hofmeister. So,
Okay,
good?
sorry.
You good?
Yeah, I thought it was a different page.
All right. So what do you think of these nominees?
These ones, I've only seen 2 out of the 5 movies. So I can't say 100%. Elvis and Empire of Light did look really good.
Yeah.
And all the other movies, cinematography-wise, look good.
Yeah.
I guess if I had to pick, I'd say Empire of Light.
Okay.
Because it looks good, and then also we're biased
Yes.
in our answer.
Yes, that is. Yeah, that is. Maybe we'll have to do an Empire of Light
Discussion at some point.
fine cut to talk about how we saw Empire of Light or Empire of Light. But yeah, I think an interesting one that I saw on here was Bardo. That is the only time Bardo is nominated for this Oscar, so that was a surprise to me. But who do you think will win? Who do you want to win?
I might say All Quiet on the Western Front. I haven't even seen a trailer or the movie. All I've seen is just photos of the movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like they just kind of gravitate towards that gritty, dirty look.
Okay.
I know the Academy is always a fan of that, so I'll say Western Front.
Okay. So who I want to win is Tar. I think Tar looked amazing. But who I think it will win is Bardo. I honestly think Bardo will win because
it's its only nomination.
It's its only nomination, and I don't know. I don't know. Cinematography was weird for me. I'm not 100% sure who will win. This one's kind of up in the air, but
yeah, I can say that.
Yeah. So the next category that we'll be talking about is animated feature. The nominees for Best Animated Feature are Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, The Sea Beast, and Turning Red. So any differences? Any surprises or snubs?
I mean, obviously, like Lightyear wasn't in here. Strange World, because usually Disney has their like, couple big ones. But at least they got their lock for Turning Red. If anything, I'm just happy to see Marcel the Shell.
Yes,
it's kind of technically not an animated movie,
but it is.
But it is in some ways.
Yeah.
I have not seen Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Me neither.
But if I had to pick that as like one, that's definitely probably a lock that it will win.
That it will win. Okay.
But if I wanted something to win, I'd probably vote for Marcel.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I have. I would want Marcel the Shell to win, but I think Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is going to win. And I actually had one other snub.
Okay.
I was surprised Wendell and Wild wasn't on there.
See, I did not see Wendell and Wild.
I'm just surprised because honestly, I totally forgot what the Sea Beast was. I didn't remember that it was a Netflix animated movie, but
no clue.
I definitely think Wendell and Wild was snubbed there. But, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the next one is Best International Feature. The nominees for Best International Feature Film are All Quiet on the Western Front from Germany, Argentina 1985 from Argentina, Close from Belgium, EO from Poland, and The Quiet Girl from Ireland. So from these nominees, what do you think about them? Because I have one snubbed, like one big snub.
Well, your one big snub is the one that I'm probably going to bring up.
Yes.
So I'll just leave you to say it because I totally forgot about the movie.
Yeah, my one snub is Decision to Leave, the South Korean film by Park Chan-wook. That one was very surprising because on every single list that was talking about the Oscar, basically predicting the Oscars had Decision to Leave on it. So this is a very interesting snub that it's not on there.
I agree because it was also the talk of the town. Usually, generally, every festival was giving it high praise. In terms of the actual movies that are nominated, haven't seen any of them.
I haven't either.
I know Argentina 1985 has been getting a big push recently. But I'm just going to say will win what I would like to win. I'm going to assume Western Front because it's unlikely that it will probably win Best Picture. But if there's going to be one category, it'll be international feature.
Definitely. I think it's going to end up being a Roma situation where it wins the international, but it doesn't win Best Picture. But I personally, what I would want to win is The Quiet Girl, just because it's from Ireland, and that's my native land. Right. But yeah, I definitely think All Quiet on the Western Front will win. So let's go to the Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees for Best Adapted Screenplay are All Quiet on the Western Front by Edward Berger, Leslie Patterson, and Ian Stokell. Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery by Ryan Johnson. Living by Kazu Ishiguro. Top Gun Maverick, Screenplay by Aaron Kruger and Eric Warren Singer and Christopher McQuarrie. Story by Peter Craig and Justin Marks. And Women Talking by Sarah Polley. All right, so what do you think about these nominees?
I'm pretty happy with these. A lot of the Hollywood predictions were pretty accurate in terms of the top 5. In terms of what I think, in terms of what I want to win versus what I think will win, I think Glass Onion has a really strong chance of actually winning.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think maybe it should.
I have that as I want it to win, but I have Women Talking winning.
I think Women Talking should win too, but I can see a potential upset here.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's...
Just get Ryan Johnson his Oscar. That's all I want.
And I feel like that's a lot of people's big reason why they're going to vote for it. It'll be like, everybody talks about him. Just give it already.
Just give him his Oscar.
But I feel like Women Talking is the better movie.
So you'd want Glass Onion, but you think Women Talking is going to win?
I think I'm just saying Glass Onion because it's more fun. But when we did watch Women Talking, I did think it was the best.
It was the best
adapted script. Dialogue-wise, it was the best that we saw at TIFF.
Okay. Yeah. I think we're on the same page. I want Glass Onion to win personally. I really do. But I think Women Talking will win.
Yeah.
But I do have one snubbed. The Whale. That was on a lot of people's list of getting actually nominated.
That is true.
I think the upset here was Top Gun Maverick, actually. A lot of people didn't have Top Gun Maverick on their list. They actually had The Whale, so.
I kind of assumed Top Gun was going to be a lock.
Really?
I feel like everyone was just talking about it way too much for it to not get recognized.
Okay, yeah. So let's go on to the next one, which is Best Original Screenplay. The nominees for Best Original Screenplay are The Banshees of Inisherin by Martin McDonagh, Everything Everywhere All at Once by The Daniels, The Fabelmans by Steven Spielberg and Tony Kushner, Tar by Todd Field, and Triangle of Sadness by Ruben Östlund. So what do you think about these nominees?
So not to skip ahead, but every single movie and person nominated minus one Tony Kushner is nominated for Best Original Script and Best Director.
Oh, wow,
as well. I can't remember a time that has ever happened at the Oscars.
I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to edit right now. What movie has gotten it right here?
But all the categories, just prove me wrong right here. I'm ready.
I'm not going to prove you wrong. I'm editing this.
Okay. But in terms of everything that's nominated, the only one, again, I haven't seen Tar or Triangle of Sadness. But judging by what type of movies Tar and Triangle of Sadness are, I dig the vibe.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much happy with all of these.
Okay.
I I would love to see Banshees of Inisherin win, just because I love the concept of friends just like
Yeah.
bickering over something like really small and that scale, because it was also funny and dramatic at the same time. But I think Everything Everywhere is
gonna win.
I think it's gonna win.
Okay. Actually, I'm opposite. I would want Everything Everywhere to win, but I think Banshees is gonna pull through because I think it's winning all the screenplay awards right now. So I think Banshees will win, but I want Everything Everywhere. And for snubbed, I have nothing.
After Sun.
After Sun, yes, but I think all these are for me better scripts.
They're elevated.
They're elevated a little bit. But actually, we'll get to After Sun. Actually,
We will get to
next
After Sun.
category, which is Best Supporting Actor. Or actress, sorry. Best Supporting Actress. The nominees for Best Supporting Actress are Angela Bassett for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Hong Chow for The Whale, Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Stephanie Sue for Everything Everywhere All at Once. All right, so what do you think about these nominees?
It's because I've only seen Everything Everywhere All at Once. I just don't remember Jamie Lee Curtis having that
that's
part in the
big
movie.
discourse right now is why is Jamie Lee Curtis nominated? But I'm very happy that Stephanie Sue is also nominated because
I'm glad. She was definitely a bigger part and carried a lot more weight. I'm picturing Jamie Lee Curtis as more of a nomination for her legacy and career rather than the movie itself.
And I honestly think this is the legacy category this year because I have who I want to win is Stephanie Sue, but I think Angela Bassett's going to win.
Angela Bassett is going to take it for sure.
Yeah.
Again, ever since like the award shows have been happening, we didn't think that Angela Bassett was going to get this much high up.
Yeah.
But as she has been winning, it's pretty impressive because
All
I
right.
didn't think Marvel or Disney was pushing Black Panther at all.
Yeah. So you think Angela Bassett will win as well?
I think Angela Bassett is going to win. It's tough for me to choose. If I could split it between Hong Chow, Carrie Condon, and Stephanie, I would. And Jamie. I just split it between everyone. Everybody.
Everyone gets the Oscar.
Everybody.
Everyone gets the Oscar.
Cut in fists.
Yeah, honestly, Hong Chow in this is a very surprise. It's a big surprise for me because I was not expecting to see her, and I'm very happy she is.
I'm happy too. She carries a lot of that.
Oh, definitely.
Bluntness in the Whale that I think is really needed.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, her over Sadie Sink being nominated for this is just perfect. But I do have one snubbed, and I don't know if you would agree of putting her in supporting actress, but Frankie Coro for After Sun. I think this would be the only position where she could have been nominated, solely because even though she is kind of the main character of the film, the Academy would definitely put her in supporting, though.
Oh, yeah. No,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, that's my one snubbed.
But no, I would agree.
Okay. All right, so next one is Best Supporting Actor. The nominees for Best Supporting Actor are Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway, Judd Hirsch for The Fablemans, Barry Keoghan for The Banshees of Inisherin, and Ki-hee Kwan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. So what do you think about these nominees? Because I have two surprises.
Two surprises?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the one surprise is Brian Tyree Henry.
Yes, that is one of my
for
surprises.
Causeway.
That's one of my surprises.
I've not seen Causeway. Didn't really have any interest, but I'm just a huge fan of Atlanta.
Yeah,
and
same here.
And I'll support literally anything that, and like Donald Glover and that whole cast is in. So seeing
the only person without an Oscar nomination is Donald Glover, I think. Unless he got nominated for original song. I'm going to prove myself wrong right here if he did.
I don't think he was nominated.
But I don't think he was. So.
But it's a shame.
Yeah. We got to get him. We got to get the entire Atlanta gang an Oscar nomination.
They just need to make a movie and they'll be fine.
Atlanta movie? Donald, please.
Do it.
Please.
But also, I'm going to say your second surprise is Judd Hirsch.
Yes, that is my other surprise. Yeah.
While he isn't supporting, if any of you have seen Fablemans, he is just in one scene, but it's a pinnacle scene of the whole movie.
Yeah. It makes sense why he's here. But,
it makes sense why he's here, and I'm not mad.
No, I'm not mad either.
I'm not mad.
But I think we might have the same snubbed, which is Paul Dano.
Yeah.
For the Fablemans, I think he had not a better performance per se, but he definitely kind of helped lift the weight of the film with Gabriel LaBelle and Michelle Williams.
Yep.
So, but I mean, Judd Hirsch, he does have a fantastic scene. But who do you think will win, and who do you think should win?
Ki Kwan.
Both of them?
For both of them.
Yeah, same here.
In the same way for Best Supporting Actress, I wish I could split this up. Because I want to give the award to everybody.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to say his last name. Barry Keoghan.
Keoghan.
Barry Keoghan is hilarious in Banshees.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm glad he got the nomination because I just feel like he isn't getting the recognition that he deserves.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Because he's hilarious. in the movie.
He's honestly the best part of any movie I see him in. So I'm very happy to see him on.
I'm always curious when he's on screen.
Yes, that's really well put actually. But yeah, Ki Kwan. I think
Kwan.
I want to win. You want to win, and I think he will win.
It's this year's like Hollywood underdog story.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, honestly, there's 2 underdog stories. We'll get to the other one, I think.
This is true.
Well, we'll get to the other one, but not for the next category, which is Best Actress. The nominees for Best Actress are Cate Blanchett for Tar, Ana de Armas for Blonde, Andrea Riseborough for To Leslie, Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. All right, so what do you think about this category? Because this one was very up in the air, but also interesting, in my opinion.
So I did not see Blonde.
Me neither.
I'm a fan of Ana de Armas, but
yeah.
I just heard Blonde wasn't good, so that's why I didn't bother watching it. And I guess she just had a recent just push.
Yeah, I think with the Golden Globes and the BAFTA nominations, she got the push for the Oscar.
And then also for another push, never even heard about this movie until this morning. Sorry,
Andrea Riseborough is her name.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Never heard of her. Never heard of this movie, To Leslie. I feel so bad, but at the same time,
it's a weird one. It is a really weird one that I don't think a lot of people saw coming. But those 2 were surprises for me, and another surprise actually is Michelle Williams in Best Actress.
Because I know some award shows were putting her in supporting.
Yes, a lot of people were putting her in supporting, but I mean honestly, if she got put in actress and that made room for either Hong Chow or Stephanie Hsu in supporting, I support it.
Well, I will argue she is Best Actress for Michelle.
Oh,
Williams
definitely. I think
Fabelmans.
In The Fabelmans, I think she is. She definitely, you can put her up as Best Actress, but I mean, something like The Fabelmans I think they were going for the Belfast thing where the bigger names is supporting, and you have the kid who's the main kid in the main actor.
I was reading up on it though. It was actually Michelle Williams herself who advocated the studio, like, no, I need to be in Best Actress. Like, don't push me, because she knew about how the studios usually do it, but she said don't do that.
Wow. Okay. But yeah, I think even though there's those surprises, I think there's 2 big snubs. A lot of people were predicting Viola Davis for her role in The Woman King, and Daniela Deadwyler for Till. I think those 2 are big snubs because a lot of people were hoping. But I mean, what are you gonna do?
I haven't seen those movies.
Yeah, me neither.
No, sorry.
You've seen The Woman King. We went to The Woman King together. Too. I do. I said The Woman King. Okay.
Okay. I totally forgot about that movie until now. Yeah, that didn't even get any nominations.
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't. Wow. Okay.
It's just which is surprising.
Yeah.
But in terms of who I would want to win, I do. As much as I love Michelle Williams and Fabelmans, I would vote for Michelle Yeoh. She carries Everything Everywhere. She was kind of the glue, along with Ki Kwan, that like held the movie together for me. I would love if she took it, but my guess is that it's going to go to Cate Blanchett.
That's what I think. I would love to see Michelle Yeoh win. I think honestly she might. I think there is a good enough push that she could win, but I think Cate Blanchett will take it because Tar is such a her performance. Where Everything Everywhere is a very ensemble performance.
Yes.
So, but anyway, I would love to see Michelle Yeoh win. But
I agree.
But I think Cate Blanchett has it a little bit. But maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll see. I think it was '69, where oh God, what's her name? Barbra Streisand and I can't think of her name. I'll put it on screen. I'll put it on screen right here.
I don't know. Here's history right here.
The whole history,
here's whole history
the
right
whole
here.
Wikipedia page. But yeah, they split them. They split and they tied. So
Okay.
maybe we'll see it this
Potentially.
year.
That'd be very interesting.
If so, you heard it here first. The Fine Cut is the leading expert at all this. So what can I say? All right. So next category is Best Actor. The nominees for Best Actor are Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Paul Mescal for After Sun, and Bill Nighy for Living. So I know you're really excited about one of these, and that is my one surprise on here. I'll let you say it because you're so giddy. I can see you jumping around.
So I was scrolling through Twitter while I was brushing my teeth this morning, and I happened to see Mr. Paul Mescal's name for After Sun.
You asked him a question, too.
And I did ask him a question at TIFF. I got to ask Paul Mescal a question at After Sun.
Hey, use his full title now.
Academy Award
nominee.
nominee, potential winner, Paul Mescal. But no, I was just very happy. After Sun, I just absolutely love. I didn't think it, honestly, it was either going to be him or Best Original Screenplay for Charlotte Wells. Sadly, she did not get in, but the fact that he did is a huge win in itself. Definitely. Obviously, he's not going to win, but the nomination itself is the win.
Yeah, definitely. Especially for such a small film, I think. I mean, it's definitely got traction, but After Sun, I mean, when we went to TIFF, I had no clue what it was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it definitely is kind of built up, and, you know, just even this being nominated, for Paul Mescal being nominated, it's just perfect. But who I have two snubbed. One of them is Tom Cruise because he was on a decent amount of lists, but personally, I think the bigger of the two snubbed is Gabriel LaBelle for
That's true. There was a big
Fabelmans.
push for him last minute.
I think he's fantastic in The Fabelmans, and I would have loved to see him get nominated. But I think we both know who the winner is already. So who do you want to win, and who do you think will win?
Well, I would love to see Paul Mescal win. That is my number one.
Yeah.
As much as I do love Brendan Fraser in The Whale, I think it is the recognition that he deserves.
Yeah.
Because he's so wholesome. I mean, who doesn't love Brendan Fraser?
Dude, every time he gets up on stage, he's crying, and
He's
I'm like,
crying, and
because
it makes me want to cry.
It makes me want to cry. Exactly.
I would love to see him win. Again, I could split it with everybody on this list because Colin Farrell is hilarious in Banshees, but he's also got a lot of heart. But it's going to go to Austin Butler.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's Brendan Fraser. I think he's got enough charm. I think there's a big enough push that he's going to win. And I want him to win, honestly.
Okay.
So, yeah. So you want Brendan Fraser or Paul Fraser? Sorry, Mr. Fraser.
I know.
Don't come at me.
I know realistically Paul Mescal isn't going to win.
Yeah.
So I will say yes. I want Brendan Fraser to win.
Yeah.
But I believe it's going to be
But you think
Austin
it's Austin
Butler.
All right. Yeah, I don't think it's Austin Butler because the Golden Globes, before the voting, Brendan Fraser said that he would not attend, and he's not a hypocrite. So I think that's why Austin Butler wanted the Golden Globes, but I think Brendan Fraser's got it. So,
yeah.
But the next category is Best Director. The nominees for Best Director are Martin McDonagh for The Banshees of Inisherin, The Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans, Todd Field for Tar, and Ruben Östlund for Triangle of Sadness. So what do you think of these nominations?
These nominations are fine. No Woman, Charlotte Wells,
Charlotte
Sarah
Wells
Polley.
is one of mine. Snubbed is Charlotte Wells. Sarah Polley would have been a good one too.
For Woman Talking too.
Yeah.
Another good year where the Academy could have had the opportunity, but they didn't.
But I will say the one surprise is that I'm really happy about is Ruben Östlund coming in for Triangle of Sadness. I think that movie, I know you haven't seen it, but it's very well directed in my opinion. So that was a surprise for me. But yeah, no, Charlotte Wells, I think over Sarah Polley in my opinion.
Okay.
So, but who do you any things about this?
Nothing stood out to me in particular. Even though I hadn't seen Triangle of Sadness, I knew it was getting that traction. So I partially expected it to see in here, and it made the cut. In terms of who I think will win, should win, I feel like it's going to go to Spielberg.
You think Spielberg is going to win?
I think Spielberg is going to win.
Okay.
I really love Fabelmans. Obviously, you know this. You love it as well.
We had an hour episode on it.
As much as I do love Spielberg, he will win it. But I think who I actually want to win is the Daniels.
Really?
And I do still like Everything Everywhere All at Once. I don't love it, as much as other people do. But I think what they were able to accomplish with the movie, in terms of like balancing themes, humor, and for it also being so widely appreciated and accepted for that type of movie is very rare.
Yeah.
So I think that accomplishment in itself, I think, is worthy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, actually, I didn't put on here. I'm surprised, actually, too, that I just looked up at my 2 snub for Best Picture, and I'm surprised Damien Chazelle didn't get like a push when Babylon came out, but also Rian Johnson's not. He didn't get a push either. So that was just 2 that I saw that I'm like, that's kind of interesting. But like I said, I think I would take Charlotte Wells over both of them, honestly.
Oh no, I would take Charlotte Wells, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I personally think Spielberg will win, and I really want him to win. Honestly, I think this is a nice film for him to win, especially looking at his past 2 Best Director wins, which are Schindler's List and
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. I think that shows. I think this is a nice kind of thing that he can win, and it'll be an award for his career. Oh, definitely. But yeah, like I said, I love Fabelmans. So, but yeah, we'll go on to the very final one that we're going to be talking about, which of course is Best Picture. And the nominees for Best Picture are All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun: Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. But yeah, what do you think about these? Because I have one big surprise.
I have 2 big surprises.
Okay.
Number 1 is Women Talking. I didn't think Women Talking was going to make the cut.
Yeah.
Because after it premiered at TIFF, I don't think it premiered anywhere else in terms of festival regions.
It was at Telluride, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was at Telluride as well, but Telluride was before TIFF. So.
But I just feel like after TIFF, it lost a lot of traction.
Yeah.
So it was still in the rounds, but it was at the lower ends of the list. So I figured that was just going to be out of discussion. And then the other surprise for me is Avatar.
Okay.
I didn't think it was going to make it, just because everybody's talking about Avatar, but not in the award sense. Everybody's talking about Avatar just because, obviously, it's been, over 10 years since the first one. Will people even go see this one? It's made over $2 billion now.
$2 billion already, yeah.
So that's why I'm surprised to see it in here.
Okay.
I guess, along with Avatar, Top Gun: Maverick, those are the popular movies that got nominated. In terms of, the masses have seen more of. Yeah. I do like Top Gun: Maverick over Avatar.
Yeah.
But I figured that one was going to be in there. I'm not saying that one surprised
me.
Yeah.
I think my surprise, it wasn't Avatar, actually. It was Triangle of Sadness.
Triangle of Sadness? Okay.
I'm very surprised that it's Best Picture. I mean, because I know there was a big push for it, but something like that, I mean, it just kind of appeared, and I went, hey, look at that. So, that was my one surprise. I have 2 snubs, and I think you might agree with at least one of them. Okay. I really wanted Babylon to be nominated. I know it wasn't big popular, but I really enjoyed Babylon.
Yeah, I do love Babylon, but I see why they didn't nominate it.
Oh, yeah, I see why, but
it's too out there, and it just gives the cynical look of Hollywood.
Yeah, but I think that last 10 minutes might have swayed some people.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
But I think we're both on the receiving end to where it's like we ate it up.
Oh, definitely.
Where other people were just like, what the heck is this? I'm walking out.
Yeah.
Because it's just a 3-hour sloppy mess, but in the best way.
Yeah. And also, My other snubbed is I just wanted to see Glass Onion get more nominations.
For the longest
it
time,
only got one,
and that was for
best original screenplay or best adapted screenplay.
Okay.
Like that. Like I said, I love Glass Onion. I love Ryan Johnson. I'm gonna have an episode next week on Ryan Johnson with our good friend Reese.
Yes.
But yeah,
I was expecting the push during award season, but I guess I don't know, something changed at Netflix where they said, "Hey, this Western
All Quiet on the
Western Front,
yeah,
somehow has a better chance."
Honestly, that's the only streamer on Best Picture. Because Women Talking went to theaters, Triangle Sadness went to theaters, Top Gun, Tar, Fabelmans, Everything Everywhere,
surprising.
Elvis, Banshees, Avatar, all of them went to theaters.
This is a good year for movie studios.
Definitely.
In terms of Oscar wins.
Yeah. But just quickly, who do you think will win and who do you want to win?
I'm going to say... Oh, well, I really love Fabelmans.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Fabelmans win. In terms of what's actually going to win, I'm either going to split it between Everything Everywhere All at... No, I'm not going to split it. I'm going to say Everything Everywhere All at Once.
All right, that's actually what mine is too. I want Fabelmans to win, but I think Everything Everywhere is going to come through and take it, which I'm not like... Everything Everywhere was a great film, but I have a very soft spot in my heart for Fabelmans, so I'm kind of a little upset, but Everything Everywhere I think is really good.
Either way, Everything Everywhere and the Fabelmans are both going to walk home with.
Oh, they're going to walk home with something.
Win.
They're going to walk home with at least one Oscar, I think.
Yeah.
So
no, there's no doubt in my mind about that.
So yeah, I mean that's all that we had. That's. I will say snubbed for an Oscar that got no Oscars. Nope. I think at least visual effects should have got one. I'm surprised also Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio didn't get more. I know that was big in the award circuit. Glass Onion only getting one was kind of not great.
There was never a chance. I was just going to advocate it anyway, bones and all. It's a very wild movie. It's very gross. Yeah. But it's very well made.
That would have been a very big surprise for me, I should say.
If there was one it was going to get, it would have been adapting screenplay.
Maybe score as well. I think maybe score.
Maybe. I think Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are more strong suited in Empire of Light, but that's just me.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's all that I really want to talk about. Sorry for not getting to visual effects and sound and editing. I personally don't think I'm really well equipped to talk about that.
No, that's not.
I don't know if you are.
That's not our area of expertise.
Yeah, that's not our big area, but I'll definitely put up all the nominees and who we want to win and who we think will win on those at the end of this video. But thank you so much for joining me for this, because I think this is going to be a really interesting season. I can't wait to talk more about this with you when we're not on camera. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Of course, you can subscribe to us on Oakland SVP here on YouTube. You can also go follow us on Instagram at Oakland SVP. Thank you so much. Please leave a like on this video, and happy Oscar season.
Happy Oscars.
Oscar time, baby. Woo!